Hello everyone, this is Mini Joda here, and welcome to the finale of Parasite. This is really exciting. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Let me start by saying Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody. I hope your holidays were fantastic with your loved ones. And with that, let's move on to the game. Now, if you remember from last time, we were aboard the Nimitz, and we renamed our weapons. We're ready. It seems that everything is back to normal, but, just make sure you talk to this naval officer before you move on. Just go ahead and talk to him, grab any medicinal or curative items that you need, and once you're ready, go ahead and step out of the door. Make sure that you rename your weapon as well. If you remember, we renamed our weapons last time. Some Christmas, huh? Yeah, it was really fun. How about yours? Tell me about it. We renamed our weapons Valkyrie and Gladius. Valkyrie being our armor piece, and Gladius being our weapon. And these are going to be the ones that are going to carry us into post-game. Sorry, we're late. You are late, dude. We could not approach the creature without absolute confirmation of its death. Your help was greatly appreciated. Please, rest inside. Yeah. As citizens of the... Oh! What's going on? What is this? You're scaring me! You're not scared. You don't get scared. That huge creature with the mitochondria was creating was... We know what it is. It can be. No. It couldn't have been the uterus for the ultimate being. No! Oh yes, I said uterus right. Oh no, baby, bad baby. What did you do? What the hell is that? You've got to be kidding. That is the ultimate being. We didn't make it in time. What are these explosions? The mitochondrial energy must be out of control. To the point where it's causing these explosions out of control. Oh no, we will escape by helicopter. Please follow me. Guess all we can do for now is run. Aya, come on! Aya, what's wrong? Did I mix up the boy? I have to take care of this. Aya, no! Don't worry about me. I'll be back. Please hurry. Shut up, man! Oh, Daniel. Aya, please... Oh, too quick. No! No, Daniel, please! This is different. It's not the voodoo stuff. Hurry, please! You two should go now. Yeah, I don't want any charms. Just take your charms with you. Aya, you're coming back no matter what. You hear? Or what? You'll come back and beat me up? You should beat me up now. Come on. Come on, me bro. No worries. I got this. I got this. I got Gladius with me. My ultimate weapon. I can kill this thing. I can do it. God. Weird, veiny, brainy baby. It's you or me. Who's gonna be the one to make it, though? Or through. Sorry. That's the question. With this floating umbilical cord. I mean, I think babies are ugly as newborns anyway. I mean, that sounds kind of horrible to say, but I don't know. Is it just me? Am I the only horrible one? In any case, this phase is pretty easy to get through. All you have to just kind of keep a good distance from him. If you see he does that shockwave attack coming from him, if you have a good distance away, then you'll see that he won't be able to hit you. If you have a short distance weapon, you might have to... Oh my god, what? He didn't do that in my practice. Holy crap. Okay, but okay, so he does that. So, just heal. If he happens to do that, it drops you down to 1. Holy crap, what? I can't believe that. He didn't do that last time. I didn't even know he did that. What? Okay, but in any case, just just kind of keep your distance, keep shooting him. If a bad baby does that attack that he did, the AoE, then, you're screwed. But, just kind of heal as best as you can. This is only phase 1. Oh yes, take that. Bad baby. Alright. No one can stand up to Gladius and Valkyrie. And me. And with that, we say goodbye to phase 1. And... Is it growing? What's happening? Exactly what you said, it's growing. So this is a kind of a peculiar fight, because you have to, if you notice, the ultimate being grows in stages every time you beat it. And this is like, you know, we fought its baby form and now we have to fight its like childlike form. This is pretty easy to avoid, just kind of stay in the middle and shoot him whenever you get an opportunity. Hopefully your weapon is as powerful as mine is, so you shouldn't have any problems. You know, just kind of do the best you can. I sure hope that you have a save before this if you're not ready, because, oh crap, it's split. Oh no. So basically, what you have to do here is just take out the body, the infant body that you're fighting. You can also, I would recommend that you can take out the flying wings first if you want, because they are pretty annoying to, you know, to shoot the little infant while the wings are just floating around shooting balls at you. So that's what I would recommend. It's kind of tough, so, you know, just kind of do the best that you can. This is actually a good opportunity to do Liberate if you have it, which you should. I mean, you better be at least level 33 by the time you get here. Because if you notice, I got this after my battle with the T-Rex last time that I played at the museum. But I didn't get a chance to use it, so now I'm using it. And basically what this does is that it transforms you into a mitochondrial creature that makes you jump from enemy to enemy at random. And if you see, you do massive damage to each enemy. So I'm hoping that this is enough to kill them. Let's hope. Oh god. Yes! Oh, I killed both of them. Yes! If you kill the body, the wings go out as well. So I'm not sure if I only killed the body or both of them. If you don't have Liberate for whatever reason, if you don't have enough parasitic energy to cast it, then I would recommend that you take out the wings first, because they do a lot of damage. And now we have the adult form. Just as creepy. Its head's getting smaller, that I noticed. With some epic final battle music. Don't be afraid. This is the mature being. Yes, it is. And it's the hardest stage, and as you notice now, I have no parasitic energy, so I have to make do with my items and everything else that I have at my disposal. Oh god. Okay, this is a good moment for haste. Just cast it quickly, and then run to him. Run like the wind. Like your life depends on it, because it does. You have to stand right under him, because that's the only place where he can't shoot. Otherwise you're gonna get hit by a lot of damage. This attack is pretty much unavoidable, the melee attack. He just kinda dashes to you and then just attacks you several times. You know, as in the typical RPG style, there's a lot of hits that are unavoidable, you kinda just have to eat them. But do make sure that you have haste available, or at least that you have enough MP to cast haste, because you're gonna really need it for this phase. So the only thing that I was a little worried about with using Liberate, but I figured I just didn't want to take any unnecessary damage with the previous phase before I reached this, because this is the hardest stage, like I said. And I wanted to be ready. Oh god, come on. There's a few other attacks that he hasn't shown me, he just keeps repeating the same thing over and over, so I'm kind of hoping that he'll change his pattern a little bit. Not that he starts owning me, but, you know, just so that I can show a little bit more of it. Yeah, see, he's doing the same thing. You're making me look bad. He has more attacks. He should eventually move to the middle and start doing some AoE crazy attacks. And he also has a grab attack that he might do later. Oh, come on, dude. You're making me look horrible. If you're just gonna stand there and, like, you know, he just kind of swipes at me and jumps to the corner, and then swipes at me again and jumps to the corner again. No, that's not what I want. But at least I do have enough medicines. I did put the remainder with Wayne, because I want to be able to carry those and have those ready for... No! Oh god, okay, so that's what I was talking about before. that kind of caught me off guard. Basically, he does the same thing that the baby did, which is that he drops you to 1 health. But you know, so long as you have enough... Oh god, oh, that's lucky. That's supposed to confuse me. That's the reason why I have a fuel cure with me, because just in case he does that... no. just in case he does that grab attack. If you're unlucky, he'll confuse you, and what he does is that he reverses your controls and he makes it harder to to move yourself. Oh, I killed it. Ah, take that bitch. Oh, die. Die. Take this. Ugly baby to ugly infant, and move on to ugly child. But we're not done. Moving on to phase 4, the actual ultimate being. It's still growing? No, wait, is it still evolving? Oh yes it is. You know the whole speech that Eve was giving with the whole evolution of the mitochondria? And as you see, there's not much I can do right now. I'm only doing 1 damage to him. You might have to shoot him a few times, just kind of make your best effort to stay alive and just shoot him. Not much you can do other than, I don't know, maybe cast barrier? Your parasitic energy doesn't do much at this point other than healing, so... Oh, and what I was saying before is that make sure that you carry on your inventory only what you need, because everything else that you have on your inventory is gonna go to waste in New Game Plus, except for the 2 weapons that you engrave. So that's why you wanna make sure that your weapon and armor have a name. I know you want to continue living. After all, you were just born, but I want to live too, like all you other human beings. Yes, we want to live, but I'm not doing any damage to you. So what am I gonna do? Or what is she gonna do? Damn, there's no end to this. If only we could get this to Aya. What are those? They're bullets with Aya cells in them. So that's what you were trying to give her. But I think it's too late now. There's nothing we can do. What do you mean this? Stupid! Give them to me! Stupid! Oh, what are you doing? Crazy bastard. Oh my god, dude, are you nuts? He's got burned to a crisp. I hope he's okay. Daniel! This is from Maeda. Oh, now I'm ready. Now we're ready. It automatically equips Maeda's gun on you with the bullets that he gave you, as you can see. So go ahead and just kill it now. You see, this is the most powerful weapon that you could probably have. That's 999 damage to anything that you're shooting, which in this case happens to be the final boss. Take it. You can do this. We're almost there. Oh yes. And with that, the ultimate being is no more. Yeah, we did it. We beat the game. Alright, Daniel. Oh, but of course, we're not done yet. Sure. Oh my god! There's gonna be something on the cruiser to get rid of this. I don't know, your bullets are pretty OP. You could just probably turn around and shoot him, if you want, you know. Or just run. I'm in control of her, by the way. Just, it's pretty much a straightforward path. You just have to get to the boiler room. The engine room. Or engine room, sorry. You can't save, so don't even try it. You might actually run out of time if you try it. Basically, as you see, he's inching. The ultimate being is just crawling, inching its way to you. Just make sure, take the left. This is a pretty crucial point because if you take the wrong path, he's gonna trap you and there's no escaping from it. If he touches you, you're dead. One shot dead. So just kind of keep running. There's a couple of points along the hall in which you have to make a choice. So the first one was the point before, in which I just told you to turn left. If you turn right, you're dead. So just make sure you turn left. That's actually kind of reminiscent of, I don't know if you've seen Doctor Who's episode Turn Left. And again, turn left. And it's kind of, I guess, It's just reminiscent of that because, you know, it was like the whole idea of if you turn right, then everything's okay, and then if you turn left, then, you know, the world comes to an end. But in this case, it's the complete opposite. You have to turn left on both occasions. If the boiler pressure shoots up, I can blow the ship to bits. And that's what we want. Even though we're still in it, so it's kind of dangerous. Do you know where we are? We're in Hell's Kitchen. Oh god. Bad puns arise. Alright, let's get out of here. Again, I guess it's a little bit of a bad design because you don't really want a boss fight that's kind of epic to be ruined by something like this, because of course if you fail here, you have to redo the whole battle, and that's kind of annoying. I mean, even though, again, it's a straightforward path, there's probably not a big chance that you might die, but you can still die, so... fortunately, I've never failed this section personally. I actually had to kind of try it off camera to see what would happen, and it is nothing special. It just basically, he just floats to you, and that's it, it's just game over. Not worth seeing in my opinion, or not worth redoing the final battle just to see that at least. Oh my god, no, he's floating. He's faster now. As you saw before, he was crawling, so I guess he's maybe recuperating, he's evolving even more. Yeah, we did it. You are fast enough to outrun it, so, you know, don't worry, so long as you don't take any detours or kill time unnecessarily, I guess. Not to see, everybody's fine. Daniel, he's not even burned. That's kind of surprising, because he was burning in midair, as you saw. It's finally over. I don't understand. Why do I have this power? You still asking that? You bitch, you know that already. It's because Maya is inside of you too, Aya. What? When your mother and your sister died, they transplanted a part of your sister into you. Into me? Yeah. When you were 7, you probably don't remember any of it, but you were born with a defect in your right eye, and so Maya's cornea was transplanted into your right eye. My right eye? Then what I saw when I touched Eve was... It's said that when you have an extreme experience, that you see then is branded into the cornea, but it hasn't been scientifically proven. That was Maya's last memory? That was the last thing she ever saw? As for the mitochondria that was in Aya's body, I think it underwent a different evolutionary change than Eve, by living symbiotically with Aya's mitochondria. It still possessed Eve's power. From there it evolved to the point where it could live symbiotically with the human nucleus. Me and Maya, our mitochondrial power. We kind of already knew this though, so that's why I'm kind of surprised that Maya's starting with the incident in Japan and now with this. I wonder if this is a message to all mankind. Message? What kind of message? How can I explain? If the Earth is a single human being, we humans that invade the Earth become like viruses out of control. We in essence are upsetting the natural balance of the body. This is definitely utter destruction. No, we're not that weak. Getting sentimental? You see, humans are in essence parasites. You can say that we are parasites and the world is our host. Look, the sun's coming up. Yeah, a bright new day. Eve is finished, and so is his monstrous, deformed fetus. Yay. Like, I feel that Aya kind of already knew this, but I don't know, for some reason she's kind of confused, I guess. She doesn't know what we already knew. Alright, and with that, even though there's no outro or anything, this is the end of day 6, which is Liberation. Or I guess maybe not. We don't really know that because, as you see, like, you know, the story continues. And we can kind of assume that this is the same night, although... Come on, Aya. Here, take my hand. Thank you, Ben. It seems as though it could be the night after, but I can't imagine that Aya is, like, you know, up to going to the opera right after what just happened. I mean, I imagine it's kind of like a traumatic experience. I'm not too good with these social events. Ha, nah, not me. I love these things. We have to make up for Christmas Eve. Not really. I mean, that's what I was thinking. Like, I kind of imagine that Aya would be somewhat traumatized probably from coming back here. I wouldn't come back. That's for sure. This is my first time, so I'm nervous. That's because you're with Aya and she's dressed up all pretty. What? No, that's not it. Of course not. It's starting, shall we? Yeah, let's get out. This is awkward. I don't want to know about your first time and how you're nervous. That's gross. I don't want to know. Let's just go and watch the opera. I've never been to the opera, actually. I'm kind of curious. Surprising because I live in New York and they have so many Broadway shows here. Yes, Daniel and Ben are late, aren't they? I mean, I know it's not the same opera and Broadway, but never mind. Oh, that was too quick! The restroom must be really crowded. Yes, that's probably it. What's wrong? You seem tense. Don't tell me you got the hots for me. No. Yes, of course. What? Well, since I'm going back to Japan tomorrow... Yeah, move, Maeda. Yeah, alright. Meet her on time. I'm sitting next to Aya. Get him away from these freakos. Sorry, we're late. First Dr. Clamp and now Dr. Maeda. He's a doctor, right? I think? I know he's a scientist. I don't know if he counts as doctor. But, no, probably not, because, you know, unless you have a doctorate, then you're not considered a doctor. But unlike Clamp, who was an actual, you know, medical doctor. That makes sense, right? Oh, we remember this. This is the beginning scene. Father, please give me permission to marry Eva. Is it the same actors, or...? They died, if you remember. They were burned to a crisp. I forbid it! You know well what will happen if you do. Those who succumb to her beauty all die in horrible ways. Yes, we remember. You don't understand. She's the one that has suffered after the deaths. She is evil! Guard, grab her! And burn her at the stake! I remember this. Oh my god. Watch out. But don't worry, it's just a torch. I guess they took cues from the whole theater being burned down, Father, to draw inspiration from it. If you are sentencing her to death, then I ask you to take my life along with hers. Edward. That's probably the understudy, the one that Melissa wanted to take the role from. Would you mind sitting? We can't see. Sorry. Yeah, sit down. Get with it, guys. Yeah, everything's okay. Don't worry. It's again the same scene from before. Just enjoying some nice opera. I really should go to the opera once. I know it's super expensive to go there, so that's why I haven't done it personally. I mean, then again, Broadway's pretty expensive too. And again, I know that it's not the same, but I should go to theater in general. The only event that I've gone to is Cirque du Soleil, which is kind of like, you know, circus/theater-esque. I don't think that counts, but, you know, being in New York, you should really take advantage of what the city offers you. At least, I think so. That was Parasite Eve Part 1. Thank you everybody for watching. For those that don't know, there's a sequel to this game and yet another sequel to it. Originally, there was a book titled Parasite Eve, as I mentioned in one of my previous episodes, I remember. And it's referenced a lot in the story, in what we played in this game. If you remember, a lot of the things that Maeda talks about, he always references to an event that happened in Japan with another incident also related to Eve, and he's of course referring to that book, to Parasite Eve, the Japanese novel. And as a result of that, they created a sequel to it in the form of this game. So this game is really connected to the original, and it kind of draws a lot from it. Of course, you know, it's kind of like considered science fiction / horror. So I personally haven't read it. It's definitely something that I should get to, maybe kind of do a review of it just to let you guys know if it's worth a read. It seems like it would be. I mean, this game is really interesting in terms of story, and since the story is so tied together with the book, I feel like it will be very enjoyable. So I definitely want to go back and do that. I have played the sequel of this game, Parasite Eve 2. That game actually has kind of nothing to do with this one. I mean, it is somewhat of a sequel, and it does draw a little bit from it. The protagonist is still Aya. But for example, what you saw here as far as the ending, you know, it seems to imply that, of course, Aya's mitochondria is now taking control of her, that, you know, like she's becoming the new Eve as she's causing, I guess, another disaster in the same opera where she started. So, like, you know, that's why you saw that reaction of the red eyes that she was having and how her mitochondria were affecting everybody. So, I mean, I guess technically that's not the real ending. The actual ending from the game you get only after you beat something called the Chrysler Building, which is a post-game dungeon. I'm definitely gonna get to that. I don't know yet if I'm gonna just stream it or you know do it on a stream or post it here on YouTube in terms of episodes, or maybe just kind of do a highlights. I haven't decided yet. I personally have never completed the Chrysler Building. I remember trying when I was younger, but that was before I even knew about the synthesizing of weapons and, like, you know, the combining and customizing. So I kind of got through the game, but it was, like, you know, with the bare minimum. So I got with basically the strongest weapon that I could get up to that point, but I didn't know anything about, like, you know, transferring stats. So if you really have knowledge about the mechanics of the game, it really becomes manageable, so long as, you know, you keep up with your upgrades in a typical RPG style kind of game. So, but of course at the time I wasn't aware of it, so I had a really difficult time, I remember. Of course, like, if your weapons are kind of under in terms of performance, you might have to compensate in terms of maybe using your parasitic energy instead, or, you know, maybe put all your bonus points into defense, because of course since your armor is not upgrading, you might need some extra defense. But I wasn't aware of any of that, so I had a hard time as a kid, you know, playing this. But now as an adult, now I've done my research, now I've played it multiple times, so I'm quite familiar with the mechanics, and that's how I was able to play this. And as you see, kind of like, I guess, give you advice as to how to get through it without much problems. The Chrysler Building is still pretty challenging. Of course, I tried it when I was younger, like I said, and I failed miserably. And that was kind of like the days in which the internet was just beginning. I personally didn't have it, so I didn't know what to do, and I wasn't subscribed to any magazines or anything. So that's kind of a trend with Square Enix as of recent, that they don't really tell you anything in their RPGs. They're expecting you for you to go online and kind of figure things out, which I don't think is fair. I mean, a game should be able to tell you what to do. I actually posted a review of Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn, which I posted a couple of episodes ago. You can check that out on my channel if you're interested on, you know, knowing my thoughts about it. Because I've been playing it for about 6 months, and I feel that this game has the same problem as that one. That, like, you know, it's fairly straightforward in terms of how the mechanics work, but they don't really clue you in very well. And, like, for example, there's a lot of exploration in terms of the dungeons that you visit, but they don't really tell you where to go. And if you don't know where to go, you're very prone to just running around all over the place. And as you know, in an RPG style kind of game, you're gonna run into random encounters. And after you run into a lot of random encounters and you figure out, oh, like, this is not the way, then you go back. Or maybe you don't remember because the entire area looks the freaking same. So you end up being pretty bored, and you might have to, like, you know, you might prefer to just restart and go back to your previous save as opposed to continuing on in the same area that you are. So I feel like that's a flaw of the game. They also offer you a lot of weapon effects and things that are kind of useless. For example, they offer you the fire, or not fire, but incendiary and freezing rounds, and they're completely useless. I mean, you can put them into a weapon, but you're not going to want to carry weapons around with you, because switching a weapon on the go costs you a turn, and you don't want to do that. You want to have one single strong weapon that you can use on everything. That's much more convenient than wasting it and giving it an unwanted status effect. And there's no area in the game when this makes any sense to have. So, but overall, I feel like, you know, in a good RPG style, in a good Square Enix style, they did manage to make a game that was very unique for the time. This was around the era in which Resident Evil was starting to kind of become a thing. That was when survival horror was starting to become popular. So of course, Square Enix adopted that style, and they created something unique that has such a huge fan base. I mean, you'll notice that there's a lot of Let's Plays out there of it. There's a lot of information about it. Even websites dedicated to it, because they really want the series to continue. And Square Enix has kind of neglected it for a while. They did release a sequel, third game, for the PSP, which I haven't played. I unfortunately don't own a PSP. Maybe in the future we'll see. But I have played number 2. I will do a Let's Play of it, although I'm kind of gonna take a break from Parasite for now. I have another game in store for you guys next time. It's also a survival horror style kind of game. You know, you guys are gonna have to wait and see what it is, but for now, if you like this, I think you're gonna like this one because it's on a similar style. You might know what I'm talking about, but you know, I'm gonna keep it as a surprise for now. But in any case, I really like this game. As I mentioned, I played it a lot when I was a kid. I didn't have much success, but I kind of made it more interesting. Like, you know, the fact that I was such a fan of Resident Evil at the time, I'm playing something like this even before I even knew what Final Fantasy was. It's just such a refreshing game to explore. It's just so much fun, and I really like it. I definitely recommend, like I said, to anyone that really likes RPGs, that kind of like that survival horror style. It's something that you should definitely try. It's a bit archaic in terms of its methods, but you can still kind of get a cookie cut of it. Now you're gonna get a ton of bonus points from this in anticipation of New Game Plus, but that's gonna be for another episode. So for now, I hope you're looking forward to the next one, but for now, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and as always, enjoy.